Hello, LinkedIn. Hope you're doing well. Um, Today I'm going to be talking about listening on an interview. Usually, when you receive a call from a hiring manager, the first 2 3 minutes of the interview, they're going to be talking about the company, the team, the nature of their work. So that's kind of like usually the preamble or the introduction. That's usually the first 2 3 minutes before they get to questions and asking you to tell them about yourself and all that. There's usually a 2 3 minute where the hiring manager, the caller, is introducing himself and the company. So they'll talk to you about the company, the teams, the nature of work, etc. So the hiring manager will probably say, um, my name is so and so, and I manage the architecture team. And we have sales teams that meet with the customers, understand the requirements, understand the challenges customers are facing, the traffic, nature of the traffic, and then they translate these requirements or they send these requirements to our team, which is the architecture team. We recommend platforms, we make platform recommendation, we design the network, and then we send we send the design to the implementation team, and these are the guys that configure the devices. And then the customer moves on to the operations team, where operations will work with them on day-to-day support activities. So they'll give you a 4 or 5 minute introduction about the company, the nature of their work, what they do. When the manager is talking, you want to be silent, listening, and I'm not even talking about being silent in terms of not saying anything. I want you to also be silent, even at the thought level. Don't be thinking of anything. Just listen, absorb everything they're saying. If you have to, make a mental note or take a note. And I'm not talking about writing everything they're saying, just a one word, a two word. And when they're finished with that introduction, then you can ask a question. You can say, okay, so in the design team, you complete the design and then you send the work to the implementation team. And they'll say yes. Or you can say, after the network is live, the customer works with the support team on a day-to-day basis. And then they'll say yes. So whatever it is that you gathered, and if you listen intently, and I'm not saying listening while thinking about what they're saying, I'm just saying listening. Just be there, be present, and listen. You'll definitely absorb something. On the first couple of interviews, you may have to take a mental note. You may have to write a word or two on a piece of paper, so you'll know what to ask. But as you practice and as you build that awareness and that presence while you're listening to others, you're going to be able to retain so much of what they're saying. So when you ask, so after the manager finishes that 4 or 5 minute introduction, you ask a question that will demonstrate you are listening, and that's an excellent impression, because usually the one of the highest forms of showing respect to someone else is truly listening to them. And I'm not talking about pretending that you're listening, where you're not saying anything but thinking about how you're going to respond, or thinking about other things, or thinking about what they're going to ask you later on. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being present 100%, not even thinking of anything, just being present and listening to them. You'll be able to demonstrate that you are listening. And even if you don't, later on, after 30 or 40 minutes on the interview, they'll ask you if you have any questions. Your questions can also be based on what they were saying. Thank you.